What's up, guys, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Monday team here on a Tuesday. Monday team here on a Tuesday. Boys, we have JD from Line Movers with me, and we have Hefe looking fantastic as always from Hefe Picks. Hefe, how are you today, brother?
What's up, fellas? What's up, everybody? Excited to be here on a Tuesday. Feels weird to say, but
Right.
Great slate of baloncesto ahead of us for this evening.
Wow, that was impressive. Well done. Well done. JD, how are you today, brother?
Yeah, mine's a little bit blown after that one.
Yeah, right.
But it's very happy to be here. It's kind of weird timing. Tuesday at an actually like 11 o'clock time frame. I believe this is the earliest we have ever.
Well, get freaking used to it, JD, because you know what? When it comes to the tournament week, when the games start at 12, all right, what do you think's gonna freaking happen? We're gonna be talking while the ball is tipped? No, we're gonna get our asses here nice and early and give the viewers some freaking winners.
I kind of like that, JD. How do you feel?
That is true. We actually need to talk about that.
Yes.
Can you imagine Alpha with the screens behind them as games are starting at 12, 12:15, 12:30, 12:45? You're gonna be saying a really good point. You're just gonna be like, you guys see that? Sparty just scored.
Hefe already knows Sparty's going deep this year, one of my teams, so great call out there. Fellas, we have to let the people know a couple things today. First, we'll start with you, Hefe. First let me hit the graphic. JD, I almost did a you. Let me backtrack a little. Let me get it down and right. So, we're going to quickly do a Monday recap. You guys should all listen to this. Hefe, I'm going to start with you. How did you do yesterday?
Yesterday was a amazing start to the week. 5-0. We went 2-0 in the NBA. We hit the Blazers outright, and we absolutely read the tea leaves on the Pistons beating the crap out of the Jazz in Utah. And over in college basketball, I'm pretty impressed with myself. I took the big spread on Duke. They just continue to beat every team by 30. Really, it's kind of getting crazy. Nobody's talking about it. They're playing exceptional basketball. And I know Auburn, huge game time, I'm sure we'll get into it, but I get why Auburn has won, but Duke is crushing. We backed the Jayhawks, which I was worried about, but I kind of looked at the conference that Houston was in and saw that they had really nothing to play for other than senior night, which whatever. Kansas had everything to play for. They lost, but covered. It was a 9.5 point spread. They lost by 6. And then we took the UCLA out there, get the big win against Northwestern there. I kind of UCLA needs wins. They're a team that this is a very weird week for me, and we can assume we get into college basketball, but 5-0 yesterday, looking to keep it going today.
5-0 from Hefe yesterday. JD, how did you do yesterday?
You actually may have heard this somewhere else, but this is a great start to the week, man. We had a 5-0 day. It was a great start to the week. Especially in college basketball. Went actually 3-0 there to extend my streak to 27-6 now.
Hell yeah.
Just an unbelievable and fun run. I mean, when it's going like this, man, it is just so much fun. But also to bring up something as far as Hefe said, Duke, man, this team, I'm loving it that they're not taking their foot off the gas. Yeah, they are just beating the hell out of teams, and it is fun to watch.
Here we go. So Hefe went 5-0. JD went 5-0. Anybody want to ask me how I did yesterday?
How did you
do yesterday?
Not quite 5-0. I can't take that credit, but I did go 3-0. So the boys went a combined 13-0 yesterday. I think I just tweeted out we went 11-0. I lied. The boys went a combined 13-0 yesterday. So we are red hot and excited to dive in today's board. We are reading the board very well. So do you guys want to start with our first college basketball, our only college basketball breakdown of the day?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. First and only college basketball game we're breaking down today is going to be the Auburn Tigers coming in 27-2 on the year, 15-1, and they are the deserving number one team in the nation, taking on the Texas A&M Aggies, who are 20-9 on the year and 9-7 in conference. Guys, Auburn's been on a tear. Everybody knows that. But on the other side, Texas A&M what would the opposite of being on a tear be? Been terrible? Because that's what they've been. They're coming in off 4 consecutive losses. Florida, Vandy, Tennessee, and Mississippi State all beat them. The only close game was Vandy. That was a 2-point game. They should have beaten Vandy. They lost by 19 to Florida. They lost by 8 to Tennessee, and they lost by 16 to Mississippi State, where they only scored 54 points in that game. In the last 3 games for Auburn, they've played some similar opponents. They've played Kentucky. They scored 94 points on Kentucky. They played Ole Miss. They scored 106 points against Ole Miss. They played Georgia. They scored 82 points on Georgia. And they played Alabama, who they beat and scored 94 points in Alabama. So this Auburn offense is absolutely clicking on all cylinders. Hefe, over to you. What do you have in this game?
This is a weird one. This is probably numero uno on one that is very interesting from all sides. In theory, Auburn has absolutely nothing to play for. They have locked up the number 1 overall seed in the SEC tournament. They're 3 games up on the team below them and with only 2 regular season games left. But they have 2 regular season games left against 2 ranked opponents. Texas A&M tonight, who's 22, and a big one on Saturday where Alabama comes into town.
Yeah.
On the opposite side, A&M has everything to play for. Seeding in the SEC tournament, they just have not been playing good basketball. You do not want to go in to your conference tournament with a losing streak like they have. But damn, Auburn's numbers are so good. They're so good on the road. They are so good in interconference play. Yep. And they've won 6 games in a row while Texas A&M has lost 4 games in a row. It's a small spread, which really scares me. But I have no reason that I can think of to back A&M. I lean Auburn. This is not an official play for me. But if you force me to pick something, I'm picking Auburn minus 4.5 here. They're just playing better basketball right now. Not the better team in general.
Question for you, Hefe. What if this line was 6.5, 7? Would that make more sense to you and you'd be more inclined to take Auburn? Because for me, this line is fishy. Why is Auburn only a 4.5 point favorite? They're a significantly better team.
Lack of motivation to win tonight. They have nothing to play for. Literally, they can gain nothing from winning, and they can gain nothing from losing, to be honest with you. They've locked up the number 1 seed.
Well,
listen, I know that there's still obviously seeding to be done for the
Exactly.
But this Auburn team in the SEC, I believe, is going to get a double bye. They're going to, next time we see them play after the regular season, is going to be in the semifinals or the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament. As long as they don't shit the bed, they're going to be either 1 seed or the second 1 seed in the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
Motivation is the reason this line is so close. But Auburn is a lot of seniors, a lot of older players, not a lot of freshmen. I think they get it together and they win this game. It's just the line is fishy.
JD, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with everything there. This line is saying that this is a Texas kind of get right spot.
Yeah.
Because
and I think
you're right. I mean, because I think this line should actually be more around 8.
That's exactly why I asked that question to Hefe. I agree.
Yeah. There's where I make the session line. So I'm showing value on Auburn literally everywhere. Their team total over, first half, full game. Yeah, just like everything. I'm showing value literally everywhere. This line is still going down. I'm actually seeing a -4 now at actually like a couple spots. I've actually not made a play yet. I'm just going to let this line just go down.
Oops.
I am going to be on Auburn here in some type of way. If actually maybe not a couple different ways. Because this actually like A&M team, just actually like as far as their like offense goes, man, like they've been looking bad. They've been looking really bad. And I'm thinking about, okay, well, what do they normally do so much better than everybody else? And actually, that is rebound. That is something that we've said like a few times here. But against this like Auburn team, I mean, they're also good at that.
Yeah.
So where they normally have a big gap there, like actually like they are the actually like better team, they're actually not here. And then like Auburn is literally better everywhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah, the line is definitely saying that this is an A&M kind of like get right spot game. I'm like I said, I'm just gonna wait and see how far this line goes, and I'm gonna be the buyback, and I'm going to be on Auburn here.
We have some reverse line movement, JD, that really scares me. So I wanted to see the public betting splits on this game. 75% of the money is on Auburn, but the line is going the other direction. So it's a little weird for me. It's making me a little hesitant. I mean, this is every novice bettor's dream. You see the number one team in the nation. You see the line dropping and dropping and dropping. Vegas is begging you to take Auburn spread. Now, I do think maybe Auburn team total hits. I think there's different ways JD's going to dissect this and get the right play because that's what JD does. But for a novice bettor, you see Auburn, number one team in the nation, taking on a team that has lost 4 games in a row, who's really looked like shit. They have not played any good basketball. So you're going to just slam Auburn. I do not think that's the right move in this game. Right now, it's just a strong lean for me. It may end up being official play when we get closer to game time, being on Texas A&M plus the 4. But with this line moving and moving and moving, it makes no sense. We even have reverse line movement. So if you know what that is, you know what that kind of indicates. So for me, it's either a Texas A&M or nothing play on the spread. And right now, I am pausing until I make my official decision later. Make sure you guys check out the MoneyBall Metrics Discord. If I do make an official play on this game, I will slam it in the free plays tab of MoneyBall Metrics Discord. So make sure you guys get in the Discord, come win with us, and let's keep cashing. All right, boys. We're about to dive into the NBA, and I've seen a lot of questions or a lot of comments in the chat today. Kyrie, stuff like that. So we wanted to wait till we got to the NBA segment to address that and go over everything in the NBA together. So let's dive right in, boys. We're going to start with a little NBA action / a little NBA news before we break down our first game in the NBA tonight. Breaking news, Kyrie Irving has torn his ACL. He will be out for the season. He's not the only player that we just got breaking news for that's going to be out for the season. We just got news that Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic had surgery as well. He will also be out for the season. Those two announcements came about a minute apart from each other. Hefe, I'm going to start with you. How bad must it be to be a Dallas Mavericks fan in 2025?
Brutal. I don't even know what to correlate to. You trade your franchise player away for Anthony Davis is a great player. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, but significantly older, smaller window, and you kind of position yourself and try to sell your fan base on, we didn't like the future with Luka, so we're going to go all in right now, 2-3-year window, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving together. We'll put, a lot of length and shooters around them, et cetera, and then Anthony Davis has a phenomenal first half, and then in his first game and hasn't played since. Got a groin injury, I believe. And now last night, Kyrie ACL done for the season. And if we know anything about ACLs, it's not the older you are, the harder it is to bounce back. And Kyrie is so bouncy. His entire game is ball handling and being able to be shifty and getting to the hole. And I'm not a big Kyrie guy, but he is one of the best ball handling point guards I've ever seen.
Ever. No doubt.
And
no doubt.
This injury, this late in his career, I am not saying it's career ending. I don't believe that. He will play at some point next year. I don't know if he'll be able to be back at opening night. I don't know if he'll ever be the same, though, because he's older. And this is a tough injury. I'd have to guess he's early 30s. He's probably right.
I thought older. I thought a little older. I think 32. He's turning 33 in 2 weeks. So 33 years old. Yeah. This is going to be a long injury. Hefe said it perfectly. It's not going to derail his career completely, but I mean, man, it's going to be career altering. What a great post here by Red Hot Take. I was trying to come up with the right way to phrase it, and you nailed it. It's career altering. This changes the trajectory of his career. And if you're in the front office of the Dallas Mavericks, what you have done to this franchise in the last year is pathetic. It is fireable immediately. The guys they brought in have not worked. The guys they've traded out are – you guys know what the Mavericks have done. Even bringing in a guy like Klay Thompson was a disaster. They have not made the right decisions over and over and over and over, and they're going to pay for it. Luka's going to go to the Lakers, and I promise you, before Luka Doncic's career is over, he will win an NBA championship significantly before Dallas sniffs an NBA Finals. I will guarantee Luka brings a ring home before Dallas even gets close to making it to the NBA Finals. JD, what are your thoughts on the Kyrie injury before we get into today's breakdown?
I mean, yeah, y'all just kind of like said it all here. I mean, like it sucks. And as far as like Mavs fans, I mean,
brutal.
This has gone from bad to just worse to as just it's like basically as bad as it can be. I mean, like there's not even much to add there.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll shift the conversation to, obviously the biggest loser is Kyrie and the Dallas Mavericks organization. The biggest winner the biggest winners have to be probably the Golden State Warriors right now, who just jumped up a spot, in the West because of this.
Yeah.
The Lakers, obviously, they are the beneficiary of having Luka on their team, and they also just jumped up a spot. And now I think, not that I really thought that the Mavericks were going to compete at some point this year. I think it really depended on AD coming back. But the problem is that nobody's going to blame Nico Harrison for Kyrie Irving's injury.
No, but you can for everything else.
You can absolutely blame him for trading Luka, but if this happened and Luka's on this team, I think we'd be kind of having a similar conversation about that this is a team that they can't do it. I mean, they made it to the Western Conference Final. No, they made it to the championship last year.
Yep.
Am I crazy?
Yep.
They won the West last year, right? And Kyrie and Luka looked great together. We've seen Luka try to do it by himself, and Luka ball never worked. He'll be dropping 50 points in the playoffs, and they'd be losing by 50. This is tough spot for them. But Lakers and Warriors are, in my opinion, the biggest winners. Obviously OKC, but OKC was already way ahead of them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think we nailed it pretty much on the head, and I think most of the public agrees with us. I don't think there's anybody that thinks that AD trade for Luka was a good move. I don't think there's anybody who thinks the roster construction of Dallas, they've done a good job. It's just, you got to feel bad for their fans. They were so positioned to be one of the next great teams for the next 5 to 10 years. One of those teams that are always going to be in the top 3 of the West and competing. I don't think that's the case anymore. So more to come on them when they have another game. But first, we're going to dive in to today's action. As you all know, JD, maybe they don't. Maybe they're just tuning in right now. Can you remind the people how the three of us did yesterday on our total bets? All of our bets for the day yesterday. Let them know one more time.
All of our bets combined, we went 13-0.
13-0. So the boys are hot. Let's dive into some NBA. We're going to start with the Rockets taking on the Pacers. The Rockets are coming in 37-24. They're 17-13 on the road, where the Pacers are 34-25. But they're 18-9 at home. This Pacers team has been great at home. Let's go to the injury report. And shocking to nobody, we have a CVS receipt of the Rockets on the injury report. Game time decisions, all 5 of these guys. True game time decisions. FVV, Fred VanVleet, Eamon Thompson, Alperen Sengun, Dylan Brooks, Tari Eason, all major players for this team. On the Pacers side, Benedict Mathurin is a game-time decision. I actually do not think he goes because of his injuries, and that's the only name on the Pacers injury report. Hefe, over to you. Break it down. What do you like in the Rockets-Pacers tonight in Indiana?
Interesting couple stats here. Rockets have just been brutal on the road. 7 road losses in a row. Weird. They just don't play well on the road. Pacers 3-1 in their last 4 at home. Solid home team, bad road team for Indy. Taking the Pacers here -3.5. I think they should be able to take care of the Rockets, and Rockets are pretty injury riddled right now. No FVV, no Dylan Brooks. Not sure about about the Thompson. Amen or Sword. Don't know. Amen. That one. Not sure if he's going, but I think he's out. Just a lot of injuries for the Rockets right now. And this is a good Rockets team, very young. I think once they are back from their injuries, they'll get ready for the long haul. This will be a team we see in the playoffs. But tonight I'm taking the Pacers.
There we go. JD?
I haven't locked anything in here yet, but I think I'm going to be on the other side in some type of way. I think this is actually like a Rockets buy low spot.
Let's fucking go.
This number to me, the number to me just doesn't really make a lot of sense. But as far as this actually injury list goes, yes, it is very long, but I do think that actually most of these guys can go.
The line's very telling. It's only 3.5. The line is very telling on who they expect to play tonight.
Yeah. And then if they are coming off at an actual back-to-back, but if you look at the minutes played, main guys didn't really play a lot actually last night.
Yep.
So it seems like you're getting that actually like back-to-back price when to me, it's truly not a real back-to-back.
I agree.
I'm really looking at the Rockets' first half here. For like me, there's how I've been playing them. I haven't been blindly playing that, but I've been like choosing spots though. And this to me is actually looking like a Rockets first half spot. Like I said, I just need to spend a little more time with this game. But I'm definitely looking at, the Rockets first half.
I am going to be on the Rockets full game plus the 3.5. The line is very telling with all these guys coming up with the injury report, and we're only seeing a minus 3.5 for the Pacers. I do think the majority, if not all of them, will be able to go. The matchup in this game favors the Rockets significantly. The way the Rockets move the ball and with the pace and their young style of play that they play with is not very conducive for the Pacers to have a big game, and we saw that when these two teams met up with each other back in November when the Rockets defeated them 130-113. I do think the Rockets have a big performance. I think they probably win this game outright as well. They had a good game last night. They were going up against the best team, arguably the best team in the league in OKC. It was an 11-point spread. I know that because I was on the Rockets and they covered. They were fantastic to close that game for me. And the Rockets are going to get it done yet again tonight. Give me the Rockets plus the 3.5. I'll let it out early. It is going to be a best bet from me. All right, boys, let's keep it moving. To the Fighting Hefes, we do have the Golden State Warriors coming into Madison Square Garden tonight and taking on the New York Knickerbockers. The Warriors are coming in 33-28 in the year, but they are 16-15 on the road. They are a much better home team than they are a road team. The Knicks are better in tonight's situation as well. The Knicks are 40-20 in the year, but they are 21-10 at home. They are a slightly better home team than they are a road team. Over to the injury report. Steph Curry is a true game time decision. They are saying, I don't buy it. He will play in the Garden. Gary Payton Jr. is a game time decision, and Jonathan Kuminga is also a game time decision. On the other side for the Knicks, why do they have listed Ariel Hukporti as an injury? He's out for the year, basically. So Ariel Hukporti is listed there, but he's out for the year, essentially. And Karl Anthony Towns is a true game-time decision. Hefe, the big difference for the Knicks right now, the reemergence, the return of Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks center, who's one of the best defensive players in the league and is the best rebounder in the league. Hefe, does his presence back with the Knicks make you more inclined to take them in a spot like this? What do you got?
I mean, not just a spot like this. I mean, listen, it's going to take Mitch a while to get back into full game, playing four quarters form. And God, I hope that they slow roll it because of his injury history. I don't need to see him playing 25, 30 minutes for a while. But it's impossible not to see his impact on the court. Yeah. He is not only, in my opinion, one of the best rebounders in the league, but
the best rebounder,
the best offensive rebounder in the league, and totally changes the aspect in that form. For tonight's matchup, I always get weary of when a superstar comes into the Garden because they just want to go off. We've seen it 1,000 times over and over again. Steph Curry's going to play tonight. I don't care if his hand was dislocated from his wrist. He would be playing tonight. It's the Garden. They always want to play and show up in the Garden. But this team's on a back-to-back. The Warriors played last night in Charlotte. This is an older team. They have younger players all around, but this is an older team. And did Jimmy go last night? I didn't even look into that game.
I don't believe he did.
So
let me double check.
Let me check too.
I got it up right here. The leading scorer was Buddy Hield with 22. Jimmy did go. He did go. Played 31 minutes.
He did play 31 minutes. And and Steph played 30 minutes yesterday. So, look, those two guys are going to play, and they'll be okay. But the Knicks season is really simple. Versus the top 3-4 teams in the league, they suck. Versus the middle-of-the-pack teams and bad teams, they are great. And the Warriors are a middle-of-the-pack team. The Knicks should be solid against them. Matchups very well. Cat should go, and he should absolutely crush Draymond Green. And I think the addition of Mitch makes us much bigger, makes the Warriors have to play big, moving Draymond up to the 4, putting Quinn Post at the 5, or Looney at the 5, et cetera, et cetera. And I love it. I love the ability for Miles Bridges to guard Jimmy. I think Steph and Jalen will be an absolute show tonight, but I think the Knicks can win by 5 or more. And that's what I'm going with.
I agree with you. I'll keep it short and sweet. I agree with all the points you made. My big thing for the Knicks tonight, and I am going to be backing the Knicks. And you guys know I don't back them often. I am a Knicks fan, but I do not bet them that often. So this is going to be a best bet for me too. JD, why am I letting all my best bets out early? I don't know, but I'm all over the Knicks in this spot. To me, what is the biggest weakness of this Warriors team? That's their interior presence, their big men game. If you're going to throw out Trace Jackson-Davis, Draymond Green, and Quentin Post, who is going to stop the Knicks big men with Mitchell Robinson back in there? Who's going to get rebounds in this game? The Knicks should dominate the glass and double them in the rebound department. I think Knicks winning this game by double digits. Give me the Knicks. JD, what do you got?
For this game, there's a couple things that I want to find out more on. One is actually Cat. Does anybody know what's going on with him? He's out for personal reasons now.
He's questionable every game. It changes every game, but they put a different designation on him every game, it feels like.
Okay, yeah, that one. They actually switched to that now, so I was wondering if anybody knew what was going on there.
I do not.
But then Steph last night, he did actually tweak his. He actually did tweak his ankle. I'd also like to spend some more time and actually look into that a little bit more. To see if that's going to be enough to maybe keep him out. The only reason why I'm saying all these things is actually because this total has just been dropping.
Yep.
It was up to 232.5, and it's down to 227 and a half now. And this number to me screams over. This number's getting low. So this number is also starting to tell me somebody's not playing.
It could be.
And I would like to take some time and figure out who that is, because this total to me just does not make sense.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: if that's your lean, sorry, Alpha, if that's your gut feeling that somebody's not playing, that the total indicates that, there's only one player that we mentioned that can move the total that amount of points.
That's Steph Curry.
His last name is Curry.
Yeah, and also I think one reason that the totals are going down for Knicks games right now is because they're playing differently. I mean, you take a look at their most recent games. They just beat Miami in overtime. That was a 228 total point game. The game before that against Memphis, which is another high-scoring team again, that was a 227 total game. The game before that against Philadelphia was a 215 total game. Game before that against Boston was a 223 total game. So none of those totals have gone over what tonight's total is. And I think with the return of Mitchell Robinson, the books are taking into account that the Knicks are playing a little bit better defense. And now that their interior is shored up a little bit, I think the totals are going to start going a little bit lower. So that could take a little effect into it. Hefe, I wanted to wait before asking this question. So, maybe your head wouldn't explode before we got to it. So, Hefe, answer this.
I saw this. This is a ridiculously stupid question. It's obviously the Knicks because the Mavericks have a better chance of sniffing a first pick overall than a finals in the next few years here. Plus, the West is not an easy road. Look at the West. Look how tough it is. 1 through 8, I believe. Tough. Look at the East. Look at the disparity after the Knicks 3rd seed. It's heavy. The Chicago Bulls have a chance to make it in the playoff game, okay? I'm sorry, they don't have a chance. They are the final play-in team right now.
Yep. I just saw a very funny tweet from Underdog. Can you guys hear that?
A little.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to not talk when they're doing that. So I do apologize, guys. They're doing a little construction on my building, so I'm trying to do my best to not let it impact you guys. But I do have to go over what the Mavericks timeline is in 2025.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Yeah,
incredible. Derek Lively II suffers ankle stress fracture. Then right after Luke is traded. Then right after Anthony Davis suffers strained adductor. Then Daniel Gafford suffered sprained MCL. Then Quentin Grimes had a big performance, scored 44 points. Then former Maverick Jalen Brunson wins Player of the Week. Then the Lakers move up to the 2 seed. And then after all that, the Mavs have now announced an increase in their season tickets from last year to next year. And then Kyrie Irving tears his ACL. So, man, what a brutal stretch it has really been for the Dallas Mavericks. All right, boys, let's keep it moving. Next game we're going to be breaking down is going to be the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Atlanta Hawks. The Bucks are coming in 34-25. They're 13-16 on the road this year. They are a much better home team than they are on the road. They've been terrible on the road. Let me reiterate. They're 13-16 on the road this year. Taking on a Hawks team that is 28-33, and they are also 13-15 at home. Guys, That Hawks win last night was electric. Karis LeVert layup at the buzzer as a huge underdog to defeat the highly ranked and highly well-played team, the Memphis Grizzlies. So a big win for the Hawks last night. Hefe, we're going to start with you yet again. What do you like in the Hawks and Bucks tonight?
Hawks played, like you said, an emotional game last night. Got the dub. That's most important. God, I want this to be a Bucks play so bad because the Hawks are on a back-to-back. And, they just played, like I just said, a high-scoring, emotional game. Played a lot of minutes, down to the wire, ended up winning it. Bucks coming in more rested. I just hate the damn game-time decisions for Antetokounmpo and game-time decisions for Kuzma. It drives me crazy. But this line is indicating that Antetokounmpo should go. I mean, -7 is -7. It's -6.5 on ESPN bet right now. I'm seeing. I'm leaning the Bucks here. You're muted.
JD, what do you got?
Yeah, man. For me, it's the same thing. This is a clear Bucks play to me. The Hawks, they were in Memphis last night. They had to come back and win that game. There was a lot of points scored in actually that game. That was a very up and down game. Now having to come back home. The travel spot is actually not a huge one, but it still is an actual travel spot. And the Bucks are playing good. They actually really are currently. The line moved up a little bit. It was a little bit higher than what I was wanting it to be. But at 6.5, this is actually still a play for actually me. But as far as the Grizzlies go, I know this game isn't about them, but the Hawks, they just beat them last night. And the Grizzlies, since the All-Star break, they have not covered a single spread. And actually, they were laying, I think it was like 9.5 points, actually, last night. And I was looking at that game, and I was wondering, I thought I was missing something or something weird was going on. So I, stayed off the, game. So I was like, why are they laying actually this many points? And sure enough, they ended up losing outright. This, Grizzlies team, since the All-Star break, they're not – something's just not right. So, yeah, just so everybody knows, that is a team that I would be staying away from.
Me too right now. I agree with you. So for this game, JD, no action from me. I think the line's a little big. If this was a little shorter, I would be on the Bucks. I think it's a Bucks or no play, especially with what happened with the Hawks last night. But for me, it's going to be a no play here. All right, boys. Well, we still have one game that we're breaking down today. You guys ready to dive into the final game of the day? Let's do it. We're going to be breaking down the LA Clippers coming in 32-28, but they are 13-18 on the road. They've really struggled on the road as well, taking on a Suns team that has struggled everywhere. They are 28-33 on the year, and they're 17-13 at home. Over to the injury report. Why the hell did the Clippers sign Ben Simmons? He's out again. Great signing. Derek Jones is out, and so is Norm Powell. On the other side, Cody Martin's out for the Suns, and Bradley Beal's a true game-time decision. Hefe, we're going over to you again. What do you like?
Suns got to be Mavericks are the most disappointing team this year, but that's for off the court stuff.
Yep.
The Suns are the biggest on the court disappointment this year. I mean, what the hell happened and is happening? 28-33 on the year, literally.
Booker drama too now. Even drama with Booker now.
Oh, I think the team is effed. I really do.
They're fucked. They're fucked.
If they obviously can't make it work with D-Book and KD. So if I'm the Suns this summer, I'm saying F it. I don't even have any of my picks, man.
Yep.
They gotta blow it the hell up. I want to know who owns the Suns' first round pick this year because they are about to get a fucking gem. The Suns are possibly not even going to make the play-in. They're going to be a lottery pick. And somebody is going, I don't know if it's the Nets who own it or the Wizards who own it. The Rockets, I don't even know. Who?
Utah. Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge, man. Is it unprotected?
Sure
Unbelievable. Is. He never loses. Anyway, I think you're actually getting this number. It's a good number for the Clippers. I'm on the Clippers, and I think the reason that you're getting it at such a short number is the Suns are 3-0 against Clippers this year. They beat them 3 times, including end of January, and then 2 games that are really early in the year. F means fuck.
It means they're fucked. It means the team is fucked.
Yes.
Yep.
So with that being said, I'm rolling with Clippers here. Clippers have not exactly been good in their last 2 games. They're 1-4 with their lone win coming against they are 1-4 with their lone win coming at Chicago. Not impressed by that. By the way, that was last time I was on the show. You guys gave me the best bet is no bet. Well, guess what happened? The Bulls covered. So joke's on y'all.
Best bet is still no bet sometimes.
And then the Clippers came home and lost back-to-back games versus the Lakers. This is a good get-right spot. Give me Clippers. I'm not even messing with the spread. I'll take them on the money line, -135.
Clippers by $1 billion. I'll keep it short and sweet. Clippers by $1 billion. I am fading the Suns to the foreseeable future. The only player that had no beef on this team was Devin Booker, and now the coach is telling him to tone it back, stop being so animated in games. What are you doing? What are you doing? He'd be a great Nick. You're so right. But what are we doing? I can't take the Suns right now. They're an absolute disaster. Give me the Clippers -2.5. JD, what do you got?
Yeah, you guys broke this game down pretty well. Tell you what, this is the late TNT game. That is the only reason I put this game on here. Whenever there's games on like TV, I like normally try to have them on like here. The NBA really needs to start to flex games, guys. They actually really do, because this is a very shitty game.
Yes, it is.
I mean, yeah, y'all really said it all. The Suns started out as the favorite here, and it quickly turned. And I think that says a lot there. This Suns team, right after the All-Star break, I actually backed them 2 different times because I was like, all right, they need wins. They need to start getting wins now. This is their time. These are great like buy low spots, and they have shitted on me every single time. This team right now is just broken with everything going on, like on the court. You can just see it. I want nothing to do with the Suns. I want to fade the Suns whenever I possibly can. The Clippers, if you just look at their wins and losses, and they haven't covered a game in quite some time, I understand that. But if you look at who they've been playing and just actually like the situations that they've been in, the Clippers are not nearly as bad as actually just if you look at what these stats are. So, yes, to me, this is also a clear Clippers play.
I think we're all in agreement here. I think it's a Clippers play, boys. I think we're all on the right side for this game. All right, boys, there's still a couple things we still do have to do on this show. You guys know what they are. But the first one we're going to go over is the March Madness, and I'm going to add in a little Indian Wells promotion for MoneyBall Metrics right now, guys. You can get 25% off the All Access package. I do know the Indian Wells tennis tournament is just starting, where JD's an absolute killer. This is the only promotion MoneyBall Metrics is going to have all month, guys. So if you want to get the March Madness picks, you want to get the Indian Wells picks, you want to get the NBA picks, you have to take advantage of the sale. The sale's only going to be running for 48 hours post-show today. So for 48 hours, afternoon today, because it's 11:40 Eastern time, that's as long as the sale's going to be, and it's the only one MoneyBall Metrics will be offering for the entire month. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. And one more time, JD, can you remind the people of what the 3 of us did yesterday? It's a combined record.
Combined record yesterday, 3 of us went 13-0.
I don't know many other people doing that, boys. I really don't. So let's keep it up. Let's keep winning, and let's keep having a great time while we keep winning, because that's the best part about it. We win and have fun winning too, and that's all what we want to do. All right, boys. Now we have one more thing we're going to get into, and that is going to be our best bets for today, Tuesday, March 4th. You guys ready to dive into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hef, we're going to start with you. How many best bets do you have today for the people?
I got 2 best bets for everybody. And one we went over. It's the Clippers money line. The second one we did not. It's in college basketball. Mississippi State is hosting Texas tonight. Big game in terms of SEC seeding. Mississippi State is a 7.5 home favorite. Why I like this game? 2 reasons. A, this is a big conference game for Mississippi State and for Texas, honestly. But bigger for Mississippi State is in a 3-way tie in the SEC tournament. SEC conference, for the SEC tournament. with Vandy, with Kentucky, and 1 game back from A&M, which we spoke about, is a big, big, big game tonight versus Auburn. I know why you're laughing. That is a woman's jacket behind me. So thank you. No.
That's why. Okay, continue.
This is also senior night at Mississippi State. And Hubbard, in my opinion, is not only one of the best seniors in the country, he's one of the best players. I think they show out for him. I think they absolutely crushed Texas, who's having a rough season. Mississippi State ends their home court regular season on a positive note.
How much to get you to wear that jacket for a whole episode?
$75.
Okay, red hot take. You got to send that over to Hefe so we have him wear the.
I feel like it's a fair 30-minute quote.
It's a fair 30-minute quote. I'll take that. JD, what do you have for the people today?
We have 2 plays so far. We're going to go with the Bucks. We're going to play them at -6.5. I see -7 at a lot of shops now. The other's fine too. I actually would not go up any higher than that though. And then the Clippers. I forgot what we sent in this morning, but I know this Clippers line is starting to move up. Looks like the bet. Oh, Ghost is back. Wow. Looks like you can bet you can get out on the Clippers is a -2.5. So I'm going to roll with that.
There we go. I'll go over mine, boys. And while I do, I'll put the graphic on the screen so you guys can take your screenshots, get your phones out. I am on the New York Knicks -4.5. Now it says 5. I'm taking the current line. You guys know me. If it moved up to 5.5, 6, I would tell you right now 5.5, 6. So I give you the current line, 4.5 on the Knicks. We're also going to be taking the Houston Rockets +3.5. All right, boys. As you guys can all see out there, JD, Bucks, Clippers, Hefe, Mississippi State, Clippers, me, Knicks, Rockets. It's been a fantastically fun show, boys. It's good to be back. Hefe, any parting words for the people before we get out of here?
Boys, 5-0 Monday. 5-0 Monday for JD, 3-0 Monday for Alpha. You know what that means. We're running it back tonight. Let's stay hot. Let's cash some tickets. Let's come into tomorrow's show, the rare time that we're actually on back-to-back shows, just undefeated. Undefeated. 0 L's.
Rile me up, and what are we going to do, Hefe? We're going to do a little circle the wagons, baby. JD, we're doing it again. Any parting words for the people before we get the hell out of here and I go downstairs and yell at the construction guys?
Yeah, guys. We are all running hot, so let's just keep that going. I do have to just say it again. My actual college basketball is just running incredibly hot right now. I am on a 27-6 run. We definitely will be in play. I'll be sending those plays out right after the show. And also, I'm not sure if that graphic said it, but the promo code to get that sale is March 25.
Yep.
So actually, that is the promo code. If you need that or you need a link or anything, you can definitely send us a DM. You can send us a DM literally anywhere across any Edge platform, and we will answer you back. But besides that, guys, yeah, let's have another fun night. This was a fun show. Let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win. We'll be back tomorrow. God, it's so nice to say we'll be back tomorrow. I miss doing that. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. And as the great JD says, let's fucking win. Peace out.